Hello? There we go. That's it. But everything looks blurry. Is it me? Everything looks sort of like a 90s soap opera in the background. That is a glow. I don't know if this helps. No, this just is nothing. Makes it yellow. Good morning, everyone. Oh, I'm supposed to wait, right? Because nobody can actually watch what I'm doing until like a minute in. I have to wait till a minute in to say hello. It's the most ridiculous. What's the point of starting a stream? Just make that the start. I don't know why this is an issue. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. It is Sunday. I'm here. Let's get a look at these. This is a nice gray. I put these on and I went, that's nice. They're diesel, but they got these blue and white stripes. It's fun, you know? It's fun around, and then no band on the bottom, which I think is nice. The focus is in the middle area there. That's wonderful. It's exciting. It's an exciting time to be alive. An exciting time to be dead. You know, if you were dead now, not so bad. You're missing out on a lot of negative stuff. You know, I'd like to know the best era to be alive. Of course, it depends on who you are, right? If you're alive, a lot of people, a lot of white people will say the 50s, naturally. Fair enough. I will say, go watch the latest AEW with the Infantry. Not only is it a fantastic episode, I learned more about them than I ever thought I would. I'm fans of them now. I wasn't fans before. I'm fans of them now. Here is why they need your support above all else. So the episode goes up at 7 a.m., right? I'm up 6:55, ready to tweet and post the link and all that shit. It goes up. Okay, great. Post everything. And then I look back at the video and there's a much lower than usual amount of comments on it already. And I go, this is weird. Why is it like this? And then I look at the main AEW channel. After they posted, hey, like 5 minutes after, they posted another 5 videos that they did not post last night. I guess they're clips from Collision. I don't know why they didn't post them last night, but then they posted them right after they posted Hey. And also, so far, you know, there's nothing on Instagram about There's nothing on Instagram about Hey. There's nothing on Facebook, so or TikTok, or Threads, or Blue Sky, or YouTube Community. I'm talking about the AEW stuff. So if you do not follow me or you do not have AEW on Twitter, you'll have no idea this episode is up. It's driving me crazy because it's a great episode. We cover a lot of ground, STIs, PTSD, a bunch of war talk, bunch of soldier, military war talk, all that stuff. And you learn about these people. And everyone who's watched it has said, gee, these people are great. They really should use them more. Well, they need your support. We've turned the algorithm against them, and I think it's quite unfair and quite ridiculous. So I would like everyone to take the time to go like that video, go comment on the video, go save it to watch later or some shit, turn notifications on, whatever the bullshit is, tweet about it, like all the tweets about it, post about it everywhere, and say, go tell them, why aren't you promoting this more? You can't do much better than the Infantry. 3 charming, delightful, great wrestlers, also veterans. Cannot really lose. Trish Adora was unruly. I'll give you that. If you don't like Trish Adora, fine. I understand. That's all a wash. Carly's a little loud. So beyond those 2 things, Sean Dean is just straight ahead, a heck of a guy. Please, for the love of God, we have to resist the forces that are working against us. It's driving me crazy. So go do that. Mia said, good morning, beautiful people. Hey, Occult this morning. RJ, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Chris Sayago said, hey, managed to wake up in time. Here's to 51 months. Salute to you. Christine said, good morning, everyone. So Sierra said, good morning. Amanda, Mia, Nomix, Nail said, happy cultiversary. Amanda said, these are nice undies. They are. It's a nice gray. Christine said, the middle area. It's the crotchal. Miss Andy said, it's safe to say, Mr. Calloway's political views don't come as a surprise to you. So I was on Francine's podcast last week, and I said some offhanded comments about The Undertaker before all the political stuff happened. I didn't even think I said anything bad. And they're like, takes shots, buries The Undertaker. And I was like, was this the worst I can do? I'm sure I've made fun of him harder way before, years ago. So I didn't think that was a big deal. Nor did I really think I said anything bad. I mean, I also will never understand that people can have a podcast and make comments on a podcast, and then when you respond to them, it's like offensive. How dare you say anything? I was like, I don't know. The guy has a podcast. He was talking about modern wrestling. I was asking about his wrestling. That's fairly simple. I don't think it was malicious at all. And I was a huge Undertaker fan. I thought the whole thing was fantastic. So when you come from that place, you're like, well, there is nothing bad here. You know. Oh, God. It's fine. I had to mute a bunch of people. It's okay. Everything's fine. SM has been a member for 53 months. God bless you. And a great Andre the Giant emoji. James said the 80s. The 80s weren't that good. So Sierra said this week's Hey was amazing. Amanda said the Hey was not on my page like normal this morning. So go complain about it. Go tell them, because this is beyond my purview. Mike said this episode is cursed like the Juice episode. Oh, the poor Juice episode. So look, this happens sometimes, but we need to correct it. Nail said, they messed with the algorithm. Red Dog said, good morning, RJ and everyone. Awesome said, morning, great episode. Mia said, good grief, they're always messing with you. W. Stein said, hey, W is the anchor of AW YouTube videos. Miss Annie said, the names of the moves you suggested were very creative. Were you concerned about any of those? No, because I worked on it very hard. That was a lot of work. SM said, I cannot wait for Rico to be on Hey. We need Rico back. I need to get him on Hey. Just keep asking for him. So Neil said, everyone like and comment on Hey. That helps people. That helps get it on other people's suggested pages too. It's crazy. It's a large platform. We need to use it correctly. Bachelor King said, you were mentioned fondly at the the latest Ron Functions podcast by Ron and James Adomian. I'm good. Let's play this live right now. I love James Adomian. Ron Functions, I know sort of in passing. Well, this is exciting. I'm such a big Ron Functions. I couldn't give a shit about. James Adomian, I love so much. I have to go 1 minute and 9 seconds in. An hour and 9 seconds in, sorry. This is so late in the...
Unproduced pilots and... Your special input. I came on in a way that you feel like, hey, if you've done some breath work. If you're way too obsessed with things from the 1940s, probably, yes, you're gonna love this special. There's a lot too much Turner Classic Movies going on. Yeah, like my RJ City, he'd love it. You know RJ? Yeah. I see him when I go to Toronto. Right. Yeah, he's at the comedy bar there a lot. Yeah, and he works for wrestling a lot. I know that. Yeah, I know he's a very funny gentleman. Well, Ron, if you ever get back to wrestling and you need like an evil manager character, okay, I could do that. I love that idea. Or what? I mean, we could just be evil wrestling managers. Okay, I'm on board with both. I'd be good. Or we could be the announcers. I would love to be the announcer.
I feel like I gotta play the whole bit.
And I would do it as Gordon Soul. I would just be me. I'd be like, ooh. What a maneuver.
All right, okay. And then it's, drops off there. Well, that is incredibly sweet. of both men. I didn't know Ron Funches thought I was funny. Nevertheless, James Ajomi and I'm crazy about. We had a great time in Toronto once, and I turned him on to that Instagram Ham and Eggers that collects all jobbers from wrestling history, and they're the best. Great names like Bobby Salsa and Danny Brazil. You need a regular first name and then a crazy last name, and then you're in the money, and it works. I will also say, everything coming full circle, when I was supposed to do SummerSlam After Dark, the follow-up to WrestleMania After Dark, my idea was to get him to call in as Jesse Ventura via phone. That would have been and lo and behold, now Jesse Ventura is there. He missed out on, hey, that's his loss. They're great. Now I have to say, I wish they hung there longer. He's a very funny gentleman. Why is he so funny? What makes him so special? I wish they got into it instead of an offhanded comment. But they're delightful. I feel better now. I was feeling bad. Feeling a lot better now. Does not excuse burying hay in the algorithm the way it rolled out today. So please fix that. Nail said, how can you not love all three of the infantry, especially Captain Sean Dean? I'm a huge fan of Sean. Lauren said, hello, RJ in chat. My brother just got engaged. What advice would you give him on his coming nuptials? You can just get engaged and stay engaged. You don't have to be engaged to be married. You can just be engaged. It's not that bad. You know what I mean? It's okay. Just be engaged forever. It's okay. This is rush to the wedding. Let it breathe. It may not work out. The longer you stay engaged, the more chance you have of cutting it off at the pass. You know what I'm saying? Congrats to you. Sean said, is that why your name autocompletes to RJ City Undertaker on YouTube now? Yes. I don't know why. Well, no, because my other thing is like, now people are mad at me for the Undertaker. What about when I did Undertaker One Dead Man Show 2 years in a row on the Major Wrestling Figures podcast? He's almost always in my stand-up. I did multiple videos. Made jokes about him while I was in WWE. This is not new at all. W. Stein said, RJ and Renee need their own bump-style talk show. You should really seek out Meal and a Match. When's it coming out? I don't know. Soon, this year. But I assure you, there will be multiple episodes. Everybody can go there. Amanda said, good morning, RJ. How are you today? Have you missed the last 12 minutes of the show? Chris said, Sayago. That's me. Yeah, I don't like it like that. Taker for a tough guy certainly likes to be a bit shady. Well, at some point we all need podcasts, I guess. Mia said, have you decided to sell signed autographed trading cards yet? If so, I would like one, please, and thank you. I don't think so. Upper Deck gave me, I ran into the people at Wrestle Dream, the Upper Deck people. There was quite a hubbub in the office, the Upper Deck office, about what they wrote on the back of the card. Hopefully that will not happen again. I feel like I've rectified the issue now, number one. Number two, they were nice enough, even though I don't like the card, to give me a pack of my, not a pack of my own, but like, I don't know, 10 or 20 of my own. And I don't know what to do with them. I don't think I should sell them. I think that's like kind of like illegal. So a couple options, depending on how many I have. I could give them to like members, key to the city members, maybe something like that. I can just sign them and send them to you. That's an option. Also, charity. Is there a charity? Does anyone want those? The B. Arthur Fund. I'm upset. They closed it. It was part of the Alley Forney Center. Let me look it up. The B. Arthur Fund. Because every year I would do. Is it closed now? Closed? Should I just write closed? I mean, is it still the residency? I guess it's all closed down now. Well, that's sad. Charity Navigator. Blah, 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 blah. I'm reading about the its rating as a charity. Oh, that's not great. That makes me sad. So can someone look into this to me if it is indeed closed, how and why? It's not good. So those are my options regarding the cards. Mass Andy said, I saw Swerve do a set before Fozzy on Thursday. Prince Nana danced on stage during Big Pressure. That's so weird to see Prince Nana dance. By the way, if you want some coffee, and I sure do, first go to rootlesscoffee.com. Buy my high anxiety coffee. You can buy Danhausen's coffee. And then when you run out of that, you can buy Prince Nana's coffee. PrinceNanaCoffee.com. Red Dog said, politics turn people into raging lunatics no matter which side. It's better to be just apolitical. I will say this. I don't think it's better to be apolitical. I think their views, they concern you. You're in control of your vote. You should take an interest in it. But I'm a big believer that you shouldn't love anyone you're voting for. You know? Anyway, you shouldn't feel good. Like, I don't understand ever, like, wearing a shirt with a politician's name on it. I mean, this one's dead, like a Mondale. It's ironic. That's great. But, like, to wear a shirt about it or to go to a rally about it is so baffling to me. And I guess it's to help others support and show excitement and blah, blah, blah. But, like, I think it's weird no matter what side, no matter who it's for. I think that level of enthusiasm, like, I feel like you should take an interest. You can be passionate, but to be enthusiastic, I think is weird because everything is a mess. And to a certain extent, certain structures will always be a mess. So I don't know that there's too much to be happy about. I also think when you are so crazy about someone and so positive and so like, this is going to be great. It's, I mean, obviously a cult of personality a little bit, but also like a recipe for complacency. I think you should vote and go, now fucking get to work. I fucking voted for you. Let's go. You're hiring them. So you got to, put your foot down a little. I think it's the right thing to not be happy about anyone you vote for. You could hate the other person even more, and that's why you vote for this person. That's fine. But I don't think you should ever be happy about it. Where are we now? Neil said, the stuff you said about Taker was hilarious, and most people get it. There's those other few people, of course. Well, I'm also talking about people who are just on Twitter. So, I mean, talk about a skewed algorithm. I think we're going to be okay. So far behind. Red Dog said, politics turn people. No, I just answered that. Ron makes me smile, says Nick Branch. He seems so happy. That's because he's faking it. Julia said, afternoon, RJ, and hello, everyone. Emmanuel said, do you watch MASH? And which character do you love? I don't like MASH. I liked the movie. The reason I don't like the TV show, there are some elements I like. First of all, I was way, way, way too young anytime I've watched it. I still feel like I'm too young to watch it. As opposed to something like Three's Company, where if you're a kid and you don't get everything, there's a little bit there where you're like, I understand why this is fun. MASH, I never understood. It always felt like it was an excuse. The war was an excuse to not have to be that funny. They would like run out of jokes and then they'd be like, okay, and now a sad part. I didn't like it. The laugh track was wildly out of place. Maybe if it was more like your Barney Miller or something like that, or a Hill Street Blues, if they took it a little more seriously, maybe I would have liked it more. No one in it do I find funny, including Jamie Farr and Gary Berghoff. None of these people, I feel like they would be interesting conversations at a dinner. I didn't particularly find them funny. Nail said, at least messing with the algorithm could have prevented Taker fans turning up to complain. That's fine by me. I like the comments anyway. The algorithm doesn't know what's positive and negative. What do I care? I still like every comment. Christine has been a member for 38 months and said this week's hay was Number 117, according to my weird unsolicited record keeping, God bless. Next week, October 27th, might be a Halloween episode. Bill said, late to the dance. Good morning. Christine said, Ron Functions has been very kind to me in the past. It's fake. Very glad he knows you're funny. Also fake. Nell said, happy cultiversary, Christine. RJ, you should show everyone Christine's pumpkin. That's a great idea. Christine here did a great job of making up hay pumpkins. I don't know where they are now. Oh, well, there's okay, here we go. Is it this? Why is it all glowy? Isn't it weird that it's like, am I crazy? Here we go. You get it. It's a skeleton with a hay shirt. There's a Danhausen pumpkin and a jar of teeth, which is going to confuse a tremendous amount of people. It's better if I go like this. Does it help if I go like this? No. This is This is me on the hay set with the little mugs in the pumpkin. That's adorable. And the light changes, which is just, I mean, that's a Christine level of detail. And even better than that, I don't know if you can see, Sylvia is sitting on the chair. Cannot do better than that. I want another micro brawler, but as in my hay outfit. I want it to look as boring as possible. Steven said RJ is the love guru. Everybody in Toronto who's worked in film and television has a story about the love guru. Sabrina said, I just read Carol Burnett's autobiography, Our Time Together, and thought it was delightful. Have you read it? No, I haven't. I have a lot of biographies that I still need to get through. Rod Serling biographies written by her, by his daughter, Anne Serling. There's a Vincent Price one. There's a Gene Rayburn one that's like 350 pages. And you're like, for fucking what? Nell said, RJ really believes in love. Mia said, let's see Sylvia, please. No, she's resting. SM said, I need less Renee. I agree. Prisma said, I'm itching for more Meal and a Mash. Any idea how soon the next episodes will... I've lost my place. I'm going back. Oh my God, I'm so far behind. Oh, I mixed. Here we go. Wishing for more Meal and Mash. Any idea how soon the next episodes will come out? No. Probably you would get the one within the next month, I would hope. I think the idea is to release them monthly. I suggested on pay-per-view weeks. I think there would be a nice break from everything. That's me. Don't listen to me. It's fine. Chris said, as a kid, I only really got to see the old dinner and the movies while at my old man's place because he had a satellite TV. That sounds like a good dad. Christine said, maybe a cat rescue charity. I got to look those up. Jesus. Log Weenie said, what other classic movies will you adapt into wrestling? There's money in Hook doing a Hook interpretation. Yes. Classic movie, Hook. Hook was a bomb. It was a critical failure. It was a commercial failure. So videotape and syndication saved it. Know your history. Joe said, how do you feel about Chelsea Green not only owing you $10, but now doing Survivor Series and brunch? I wonder where they got that idea. The woman's a thief. I've said it from the beginning. I've never had a respect for her, luckily. Because if I did, it would have all been gone. Mia said, how do I change my membership? I don't know. Are you quitting? Rob said, love the views you give us. Nail said, I'm not sure, Mia, but you probably have to do it via the webpage and not the app. That makes sense. Mass Sanity said, I worked book signings with a particular right-wing pundit. Many people in the crowd were wearing Reagan Bush 84 shirts, and a lot of them weren't born before 84. That's fine. That I like. I need to get, I'm going to look after this is over. I need to get more Jerry Lewis MDA telethon shirts. I had one, and then I lost it. I left it somewhere. Christine said, yes, figure out which party I hate the least and vote for them. SM said, where's Robert? How the fuck should I know? Miss Annie said, I worked a book signing with Henry Winkler this week. He was so incredibly nice. I told the story before, and it's not my story, but I'll tell it again. David Arquette, when he was a teenager or something, he was on the studio lot, and he would go watch tapings of Happy Days. And at the end of the episode, Henry Winkler, as the Fonz, would come out and shake everybody's hand in the audience. Years and years and years, decades later. David runs into Henry Winkler, maybe at a party, maybe they did a show together or whatever. He's like, oh my God, I used to go to the Happy Days tapings, and you would come out and you shake everybody's hand. And he said, and I want to shake your hand again. This is just adorable. What a nice person. Did I say anything? You didn't like Alan Alda MASH? Not really. Red Dog said, not sure about the movie. To me, if you think of comedy and more, you think of Elliot Gould before you think of Alan Alda. Red Dog said, not sure about the movie, but I didn't like MASH the TV show. In the Heat of the Night was a great movie, but a bad, boring series. I agree. Chelsea said, can I get a birthday shout out, please? Absolutely not. Nell said, he's here. He's just commenting on hey and coming right back. Well, that's nice. Mia said, did you block that person who said dye your hair? No, it's a valid comment, and I can comment back, and it's fine. Loki said, I downloaded RJ City and Undertaker mods for Fight Forever and made the computer face each other. I was pleasantly surprised that the AI just wanted to have a nice sit-down chat about motorcycle chats. I'll have him on the show. You wouldn't say that to his face. Yeah, I would. The guy has a podcast, clearly wants to talk about stuff. Walter said, hey, RJ, AW Collision was good Saturday. It was. And, of course, Battle of the Belt. There was a lot that went on. There was Dark Order business. There was Top Flight business. There was Mox Insanity. I should say that. A yawn. It was a horrible look. Also, Harley Cameron versus Chris Statlander. Jamie Hayter. And then Battle of the Belt. Annie J beat Mariah May in an eliminator match, which is like the first time that's ever happened on Battle of the Belt. It's happened in eliminator matches before, very rarely. Mariah was none too pleased. But good for Anna, I guess. Amanda said, is there any chance you will be attending SCX for a panel or anything the week after Easter next year? Let me put it this way, Amanda. I don't even know what the fuck SCX is. We're all talking about Christine. Yes, she did a wonderful job. George Center said, RJ, are you still on Cameo? I've been wanting to get a cameo for my crummy podcast 200th episode. Yes, I am. It's not that hard to get home. Avery said, and now that some of your coworkers are moving there, how does it feel to be Blue Sky's favorite wrestling poster? And not only was I ahead of the curve, but I stuck it out. Posting video there is so much better. It makes me happy. If you were to reboot Match Game, said Bill Woods, you're the host. Who are the panelists? James Adomian. We had like a Canadian reboot of Match Game that had really good panelists in early 2000s, and I would still use some of them. Well, they're dead now, but Norm Macdonald, Super Dave, Sarah Silverman. So I would put. It's a wonderful question. I would put James Adomian, Fran Lebowitz, Tisha Campbell Martin. These are good. You thought I was fucking around, but these are now good picks. I need 3 more. David Arquette. Not that hard to do. There's 4. Who else would I want? Danhausen would be 5. Chara would be 6. There you go. There's your new Match Game. Christine said a Halloween hay. Last year's was very good. Christine said, I think everyone appreciates my Greektown Halloween costume and my daughter's Halloween night costumes. I'm far too excited about it. When is that? That's next week. It's 26th, correct? Next Saturday, Greektown. Go, do, love, enjoy. Next Andy said, home video did a lot for movies that didn't do well in theater. American Psycho, Boondock Saints, Dazed and Confused with perfect examples from the 90s. I remember things being released on video as an event. It's now available on video. And you're like, holy shit. I also remember the great wrestling section of like Blockbuster. Just be obsessed. So many things I would see that I'd never. That was the only way you could see them. Leo said Greg Valentine for hey. I could if I would, and I would love to. Christine said David and Henry might have seen each other on the Scream set. David Arquette and Henry Winkler. That makes a lot of sense. Mike said Tom Hanks and Henry Winkler had such a long feud over the directing of Turner and Hooch, but that's why the movie turned out so good. Mia said, okay, what did you have for breakfast? What did you cheat meal for today? I've had nothing for breakfast. I've had a few kale chips, which have been delightful. For my cheat meal, I don't really know. Maybe some pizza, maybe some ice cream, maybe something autumnal. I'm not really sure. Walter said the Infantry, good guess on Hay. Watching that. Yes, watch it, like it, comment, share it, tell them how good they are, and tell them tell AEW that they need to get their rears in gear, not only promoting this episode, but the Infantry in general. Chris Saigo said, my dad didn't really care as long as I sat down and watched TV and didn't bother him. That sounds like a good dad. Messani said, some people asked Henry to sign Scream merch at the signing. Imagine seeing Henry Winkler and all you have to give him his Scream merch. Messani said, where has Harley been? I don't know. You fucking ask her. What do I look like? Yes, I love the pre-show with the Outrunners. Weren't they great? The Outrunners on the Rampage pre-show. They were fantastic. Who needs Renee? I say that almost every day. Rob said, watch the Winkler. We watched Henry Winkler and Michael Keaton in a movie called Fright Night yesterday. I think it was a Halloween film, but it was not. It was about a coroner who becomes a pimp and runs a brothel out of his morgue, which is standard practice. As far as I'm concerned. Harley really is coming into herself character-wise. Yeah, she's just herself. Mia said Anna Jay versus Mariah May should have been for the title. It was on Battle for the Belts. That made no sense. Yeah, but it's true to Battle of the Belts never making any sense. Amanda said, that's amazing. It's a squared circle expo similar to StarCast, but much better. Okay, so ask them to book me. It's in Indianapolis. What do you think? I'm just wandering around Indianapolis all day. Miss Andy said, I know why it was canceled, but the Alec Baldwin match game from a few years ago was really good. And I did enjoy it. Mario Cantone, another good one. Another very good one. Avery said, my review of AEW shows is relative to how many women on the card. So Collision did really well, but not really. What? Isn't it about, what are we just doing quantity? Isn't it about the quality of anything? Miss Annie said Mario was on the Baldwin match game possibly more than once. Yes. Super Dave is so underrated. He's one of the greats. I've lost my place. There we go. Avery said, my review of AEW shows is relative. I just fucking read that. Eddie Kingston would be amazing on match game. Well, if we're doing a wrestling match game, it would be a different story. SM1's Toxicity, System of a Down in the Travolta voice. Please look up the lyrics. I feel like I've done this before. Conversion software version 7.0. Looking at life through the eyes of a tire hub, eating seeds as a pastime activity, the toxicity of our city. Yo, what do you own the world? How do you own disorder? Disorder now somewhere between the sacred silence and sheep, somewhere between the sacred silence and sleep. Disorder. More wood for their fires, loud neighbors. Flashlight reveries caught in the headlights of a truck, eating seeds as a pastime activity, a toxicity of our own city. What do you owe the world? How do you own disorder? Need somewhere between the sacred silence and sleep. Somewhere between the secret silence and sheep. Disorder. What do you owe the world? Oh, how do you own disorder? Now, somewhere between the sacred silence and sleep, somewhere between the sacred silence and sleep, disorder. When I become the sun, I shone life into the man's heart. When I became the sun, I shone life into the man's heart. So you got that to think about too. Sabrina said, yes. When I first got into wrestling, I went to Blockbuster to watch all the old pay-per-views. Beast Mortos from Match Game. What a talented man he is. Avery said, AEW still sells DVDs, but I don't know if they're packed with features and shit. They are. There's a lot of DVDs that have all my Road 2s when I do the Road 2s for the pay-per-views. And, of course, 0 Hours and a couple other things. They are. They're all on shopaew.com. They're fantastic. Christine said, yes, Greektown is next Saturday. Sabu, Effie, Nug, my awesome kid. It's got it all. Now said, I got a terminal in. Walter said, Kenny Omega still have AEW. He can't wrestle due to injury. Thanks for the breaking news. CC Bonbon said, Lady Godiva was a freedom rider. She didn't care if the whole world looked. Christine's gifted 5 memberships. Rob, Molly, KP, Daniel, and James all have memberships now. God bless. Thanks, Christine. SM said, y'all, I got locked in at work this week. Second time this happens. Aren't my coworkers amazing? Yep, they're great. They're locking you in on purpose? Walter said, shout out to Christine for giving a membership. SM said, I was about to burn it all down on Tuesday. SM said, will we do a GoFundMe for your bail? What the fuck are we talking about here? I went back to work, said Mia, after being off for a month due to sick leave. I felt so lost, like I forgot everything. It's a good feeling. Daryl Fenderson, Mr. Daryl Fenderson said, posted on Blue Sky about it, but hometown praise for pronouncing Norfolk properly. I'm going to retweet that. I'm going to re-blue that right now. Where is it? Awesome, truly awesome. Expected it to be good. See, everyone seems to like this. See? There he is. Follow the Reverend Daryl Fenderson on Blue Sky. That's delightful. Christine said, just into Christopher Walken. Just into Christopher Walken and Woody Allen, which is unfortunate. But here we are. SM said, my coworkers are still obsessed with potlucks. They voted to have one once a month. I wasn't in the room when they voted. I'm sure they knew I'd vote against. Once a month. 3 times a year, max. Nell said, I want Revolution 2021 on DVD, but they only have it at a jacked up price. Let me look. Let me look for you, Nell. DVD. Well, it's out of print. That's why. Then I'm making it anymore. So it's not available on the website, which, obviously hurts. Yeah, I mean, it's on, you can get it on eBay for $109. Extras, Countdown to Revolution, Street Fight Director's Cut, and the buy-in, you got Thunder Rosa and Rio versus Britt Baker and Maki Ito. It's very interesting. They have no prices on this. That's the only place you can get it is eBay. Well, that's why. You really fuck yourself. Oh, maybe you can get it. I'm looking at the British site. They have a Best of Dark. That's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, they're all very expensive. The Best of Dark is $51. Revolution 2021 sold out. Sold out. It's the only way you could get it. That's a shame. Why are they out of print? Well, I guess the limited run. People love them. Nail said, SM, they locked you in to keep you from voting. They're trying to silence you. Messani said, have you been watching the new Frasier at all? No, and I'm good. I'm fine with it. Julia said, do you sing a lot? I think I sing a reasonable amount. Christine said, fuck potlucks. Messani said, are we set on Blue Sky? We've given up on Hive, Mastodon, Spoutable. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's those and Threads, but even then. Mia said, I never knew how many pay-per-views I ordered from Bleacher Report when it was switched over to Trailer TV. I think the thing, people are still on Twitter because they know that has to come to an end at some juncture. CC Bonus and Best of Taz and Excalibur vinyl, please. So, thank you for reminding me indirectly. I am going to start doing some unboxings of the new AW Upper Deck 2024 trading cards. And I did speak to the Upper Deck people, and I floated a little idea of like, they have like Excalibur's picks, which is fucking ridiculous because he picks nobody. He's feckless. Of doing little hay ones and having people's exhausted pictures from hay. I think that would be nice. Christine said we had a potluck at my old job, and the owner of the company who would bring in his 2 purebred Great Danes to work in his luxury vehicle brought in a bucket of KFC chicken. Isn't that always the way? The richest people spend the less money. Daryl said, give me the best of Dark's commentary with Taz and Excalibur. Bonus content should be a super clip. Betty freaking out over pyro after the barbed wire match. Really booking your own stuff here, Daryl. So, odd way to spell Daryl. But what are you going to do? I'm not judging you for it. It's just the way you are. It's the way God made you. And I think it's a beautiful, wonderful, outstanding thing. Let me pour this. I don't really pour anything. There we go. Well, that sounds nice, doesn't it? Mild. I wish it was darker, Christine said, do you know what your niece will be for Halloween? I have no idea. I have no idea. It's so, especially when you're, I guess it's a toddler. What is she, 3, 2, 3? Between now and like the age of 5, it's whatever your parents think is good to take pictures with. It's not a legitimate costume as far as I'm concerned. It's not coming from the kid's heart. She would want, who knows what she would want to be, a pig or a couch or some shit. Make her a tomato or something. And then my brother and his wife left would be like a tomato farmer or some shit. Some awful whatever. Some trios costume, and they take them to 5 houses before they get too tired and they just go home. And then they got the other baby now too. Do you dress up that baby? That baby's a month old. Do you dress up a month-old baby? With the rules here? You just put a little pumpkin hat in his head and say, there you go. I can do that next week. It's Halloween. I was going to talk about my old Halloween costume. Johnson, my brother from another underwear mother. Much love. Not a sentence I feel comfortable saying. Nell said, oh, I don't have my coffee. Let me grab it now. SM said, your niece needs to dress up as a pizza at some point. See, this is the shit I'm talking about. That's what I don't like. If people are still deciding on their costumes and we have, 11 days, I would impart to like stopping things. I don't know where we went wrong and when, but it was like, Halloween's about dressing up as like a person or a monster. I'm a fork. I'm a bottle of mustard. Like, when the fuck? And then it's just like you're wearing the thing. It's like not really a costume. You're not doing anything creative. You just have like a large yellow cylinder around you that says mustard. And then the cap on your head. It's just stupid. It's like, I'm a fork, and you're just wearing a thing that looks like a fork. It's like, that's not a costume to me. That shouldn't count, and we should decry and we should shame and embarrass those people. Low Key said, is commentary something that you're interested in? I think you would bring a right mix of wrestling knowledge and humor to the broadcast. If under the right circumstances, it's not like a immediate goal where I have to push it and force it. But if I could be of use, certainly with Taz out, there's a hole as far as I'm concerned, because they brought so much, and I would certainly bring less. Christine said, you get the 1-month-old a Halloween onesie. It's just a normal onesie with like a skeleton's face or some shit. I'm going to be in Detroit this weekend for Hunkamania, said Amanda. TNA Bound for Glory and Impact. Pretty excited to see Nick and Ryan. And then it's Cleveland AW on the 30th, and I'll be dressed as Tony Storm. Well, God bless you. SM said, Christine would know how to dress up the children for Halloween. She's so good. Nail said, too late, Amanda. TNA is now tuna wrestling. Amanda, instead of TNA, she wrote tuna wrestling. I think there's a market for it. Christine said, thank you for posting the video of your niece trying to gently drown your micro brawler. It was a delight. She wants me dead. Nothing else I can say there. Nell said, please make a tuna sign so we can spot you in the crowd. Joseph, what was your favorite Halloween costume growing up? One year, 7th grade, 8th grade, I was Mr. Rogers. And that was great because it enabled me to do Mr. Rogers all day. Alicia said, I feel like dressing babies in costumes is mandatory if you have a baby for Halloween. No, it's not. They can just be a fucking baby. SM said, at work, they all want us to dress up as Where's Waldo for Halloween. So stupid. It's incredibly dumb. CC Bomb said, top 5 karaoke performers in AEW. Well, Bryan Danielson gets like an honorable mention because he was a bully and forced people into doing it, and he has rules about it. Harley Cameron gets very possessive about her karaoke. I'm just going by what happened on the cruise. Daniel Garcia, I think, is a surprise. I think is an outlier there that most people don't realize. Thunder Rosa, that's 3. I think Excalibur would do something good. He's got a good voice. I want to hear him sing. That's 4. He was a good singer, Tony Schiavone. Knows a lot of songs. I think would be very useful in a karaoke setting. John said, have you seen the dude at Disney who is the best Beetlejuice impression I've ever seen? Could have fooled me as being Michael Keaton. I haven't, and I'm good. So I'm not going. So what do I care? Miss Annie said, starting 0 hour by insulting Cinderella as you did last week. Maybe at first. Won't be the last. I've got it out for you, Cinderella. Hashtag cancel Cinderella. Nell said, SM, don't turn up and just claim your costume and hiding skills are just that good the next day. Miss Annie said, did you do the Halloween costumes with the big plastic masks and jumpsuits that label who you were? Or are you a little too young for that? I think by my time, the plastic masks were like a thing of the past. You know, good. They did have branded costumes. I remember one of my friends was the Blues Brothers. This is, of course, in the heyday of Blues Brothers 2000. And he bought the official Blues Brothers costume, which was like obviously the hat and the glasses and the tie. But the hat and the tie were like foam, like shit foam. And I said, Blues Brothers on this. Like, you could have just bought the real thing. Nell said, I saw Beetlejuice wrestle live last night. He ate pizza mid-rumble. Don't know what to say to that. Not going to address it. SM said, I'm going for malicious compliance, especially because you know they're not going to want to take a group photo. Are you talking about tuna wrestling? Gina said, speaking of costumes, seen some great ones at Comic-Con this weekend. So many talented designs. And then you do what with them? You dress up in them what? Mia said, Kiki, I couldn't remember her name. I know I want tacos for dinner. Rare B said, Blues Brothers 2000 had a heyday. Oh, yeah, they did. And they had a fucking video game, too. It was awful. Christine said, I had a robot costume my dad made from a cardboard box, and then I had to sit in the car because we were in a rural neighborhood. I'm in a good suburban Halloween going out trick-or-treating. That's all suburban as far as I'm concerned. Miss Annie said, speaking of Blues Brothers, I saw the Saturday Night Live movie. I thought it was great. Multiple people have recommended it to me. Tony Khan keeps recommending it to me. I've not had the time to see it yet. And I'm sorry. I'm getting to it. Everyone said it was great. Much better than I thought they were going to say it. Joe said, my favorite costume is I remember one year my dad made my sister be a table, and she couldn't fit through the doors, and it was raining. Best Halloween ever. This is the kind of shit I'm talking about. I mean, not only is it sort of mild child abuse, just a bad Halloween costume. Red Dog said, speaking of Beetlejuice, the new sequel was really good. I thought it was going to be awful, but I was proven wrong. I know. Fucking see that too. Miss Annie said, Blues Brothers 2000 had a great soundtrack. Julia said, have you watched the new Alien film? I didn't even know there was a new Alien film. Gina said, as a child of the 80s, I remember the plastic masks and feeling like I would die trick-or-treating because I couldn't breathe. It was a great feeling. Michelle said, hi all, I'm late to the show today, but as far as costumes, I think you have the look and enough attitude to put a sparkly spin on Gaston. Get out of here. Nell said, your niece should be you for Halloween, glasses and slacks and a coffee cup. Yeah, that's not insane. Christine said, the neighborhood around your grade school seems like it'd be great for trick-or-treating. There was a lady who would give out full cans of soda. Miss Annie said, J.K. Simmons as Milton Berle was so good. The guy played Belushi was amazing, and the one actor was both Jim Henson and Andy Kaufman in the movie. Let me just take a minute to look up Blues Brothers 2000. First of all, the film came out in 1998. Written by Landis and Dan Aykroyd, starring Aykroyd and John Goodman. Oof. Oh boy. The film is dedicated to John Belushi, Cab Calloway, and John Candy. How many? And Junior Wells, who died 1 month before it was released. Aretha Franklin's in it. James Brown, B.B. King. He's released. Elwood Blues released from prison after serving 18 years for the events of the previous film and is informed that his brother has died. Well, that's exciting. He's picked up by Mantra, a friend who works with a former drummer who wants to help him get back on his feet. Elwood asks to be dropped off to see Mother Mary Stigmata, who's now working in a hospital. She informs him that Curtis has died, but fathered an illegitimate son named Cable Chamberlain, who is an Illinois State Police commander, and introduces him to an orphan named Buster, suggesting mentoring him. Well, this sounds awful. I just want to read who's in the cast. They got a lot of the old band they got back together, which is lovely. Musical guests: Erykah Badu, Blues Traveler, Lonnie Brooks, Eddie Floyd, Aretha Franklin, James Brown, Sam Moore, Wilson Pickett, Junior Wells. Not bad. The Louisiana Gator Boys is a group that faces the Blues Brothers in a battle of the bands. Well, this sounds... what the fuck? Listen to this. Gary U.S. Bonds, Eric Clapton, Clarence Clemens, Bo Diddley, Isaac Hayes, Dr. John, B.B. King, Billy Preston, Lou Rawls, Paul Schaefer, Travis Tritt, Jimmy Vaughn, Grover Washington, and Steve Winwood. Not bad. Also in the movie, Kathleen Freeman, the original nun, Frank Oz, Steve Lawrence, Jeff Morris appearing cameos. Nia Peebles plays a police officer. Daryl Hammond is a militia member. Shortly before John Belushi's death, the sequels of Blues Brothers had been considered. We always intended for a sequel with John, but of course, when he passed away, it was obvious we weren't going to do it. But Danny had been performing with John Goodman and Jim Belushi. It's weird that Jim Belushi wasn't in it, I guess. Well, maybe it's for the best. The film made it into the Guinness Book of World Records for the biggest car pileup. All right. Portions of the scene were filmed in Niagara Falls, Ontario. Yeah. The Blues Brothers video game was released in Nintendo 64 in 2000, 2 years after the film's release. The plot involves Elwood as the main character going through different chapters and levels while trying to save the kidnapped members of the band one by one. Like in the film, it was poorly received. 2023 interview, Jim Belushi stated that Aykroyd had kept pitching him several ideas for a third film, such as a female-centric film, how progressive, where Elwood mentors a group called the Blues Sisters, and a film where Elwood finds Jake's long-lost biological brother in Albania. A lot of good stuff there. Dramatic reading or make up a tune, Amanda said, All My Life by Falling in Reverse and Jelly Roll. Please look up the lyrics. Yeah, I've been high and I've been low. I've been sober. I've been faded, searching for my love in all the wrong places. Ba, ba, ba. Word up on the street is I've got a bad reputation. I may have drew blood, but that was true love. Got a stroke of bad luck everywhere that I look. Every time that I go right, everything goes wrong. And I self-destruct when I'm close to love. So someone save my soul because... all my life I've fucked up, and I can't deny I'm doing my best to get together. If I told you once, I told you a million times. I just can't live like this forever. Jelly Roll. I've been up and down. I've been through hell and back. I've had my share of drama. Baby, cut me some slack. I know you want to get through to me, but I'm my worst enemy. I may have drew blood, but that was true love. Got a stroke of bad luck everywhere that I look. Every time that I go right, everything goes wrong. And I self-destruct when I'm close to love. Better buck down, giddy up, here we go. Because all my life I've fucked up. And I can't deny I'm doing my best to get it together. If I've told you once, I've told you a million times. I just can't live like this forever. All my life I fucked up and I can't deny I'm doing my best to get it together. If I told you once, I told you a million times. I just can't live like this forever. That's a much better tune than whatever. I don't know what the original is, but you can't beat that. That was excellent. Very, very pleased with myself. Please tell. Oh my God, I have so many requests. I was too busy reading Roadrunners 2000. Okay. As I said, please tell us a scary story in the Maniscalco boy. This boy walked into a little room and it was so dark everywhere. You know what I mean? He's got this. They got the noise. They call them a theremin. Have you seen? It goes woo, 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 woo. Who needs that sound? What are we doing that sound for? It's an instrument just to make that. That's woo. That's all we do. And it's supposed to be. I'm scared that you bought that instrument. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, inside the room was just like a severed hand. The end. That's a scary story by Sebastian Maniscalco. Christine said, can you sing a song of your choice so Nails stops hyperventilating? You make me feel so young. You make me feel like spring has sprung. Every time I see you grin, I'm such a happy individual. The moment that you speak, I want to go play hide and seek. I want to go and bounce the moon just like a toy balloon. You and I are just like a couple of tots rolling around the meadow, picking up lots of forget-me-nots. You make me feel so young. You make me feel there are songs to be sung, bells to be rung, and a wonderful spring to be sprung. And even when I'm old and gray, I'm going to feel the way I do today because you make me feel so young. Isn't that nice? Isn't that so much better? Julia said, have you watched the new Alien film? No. Fucking shit. I don't think I've watched any of them all the way through. I don't think I've watched any of them. Nell said, I feel like Tubi suggests things I couldn't find in the search. Like, hey, you may ask like section, but it's free. So I'm so pro Tubi. You know why is this like a Twilight? There's a Card Sharks channel. Or is that Pluto? I can't remember. You know? Michelle said, what a show closer. That was phenomenal. That was a great fucking song. Let's take a moment there. This is an excellent song. Everyone's breathing is calm. Good. That makes me happy. I will take my remaining time to tell everybody, seriously, if you've not done it already, I'm just begging you at this point. Go watch the latest AEW with the Infantry. It's on my Twitter, obviously. It's all on my social media. I don't know if they've posted anything else on AEW's. Go look at it on YouTube. Go like it. Go comment. Go watch the whole thing. Then go share it. Go tweet about it. Go tell Trish and Sean and Carly that they're wonderful. They're fantastic. You love them as people. And then go tell AEW, why aren't you promoting this? This is wonderful people. What are we doing here? That would be, if you could do one thing for me today, it would be that. You've listened. I've broken my back to entertain you today. I think that's fair to say. Daryl said, Tubi has Grunt, the wrestling movie, which everyone should see at least once. Should also see the one and only with Henry Winkler. But more importantly, hey, go focus on hey. We need the hey love. Bust the algorithm. This shit is ridiculous. Go tell everyone you know. Go tweet about it. Go like all the tweets. Every fucking thing you can possibly do. Go quote tweet their tweet so they know. Loki said, WB Top Brass should all ask you to fix Joker too. How do they not adapt Mad Love and use it as Bad Romance? I want to see all the DC characters in like it's a mad world. James said, have a great week. RJ SM said, please wish my students luck on competition on Saturday. It's about revenge for me. No, I'm not doing your dirty work. Got to get your shit together. You got to get your shit in gear, SM. I don't know what school this is. I don't even know what competition this is. You're not getting a blanket statement out of me. James said, Godspeed and God bless. I say Godspeed and God bless.